What's good? There's a conspiracy going on right now, going on right under our noses, and nobody's talking about it. Who's the target of this conspiracy theory? Carpet installers. Now, the puppet masters behind this are some of the most sinister, evil individuals on the planet. You don't believe me? Jump into my notebook and I'm going to show you what's going on. So you dying to know who's behind all this mayhem I'm talking about in the marketplace? We're talking about builders and remodelers. Remodelers. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but I am a carpet guy, so I get a pass. Now, builders and remodelers, for some reason, think it's okay to build rooms that look like this, and it is horrific on every carpet installer in the industry. Check this out here. This room is 12 feet, 2 inches wide by, let's say, 14.9 long, just for the simplicity of this video here. Now, who in their right mind is going to build a room that is 12 feet, 2 inches wide? Somebody that just cannot stand carpet installers. Why? Because the room is not big enough, first off, to do a nice, easy, big seam. You got this little tiny sliver all the way down here, and they just love to see you cringe. And why is it 12.2? Because you cannot stretch 2 inches out of the width of carpet in most cases. I'll never say can't, even though I just said can't, but you can't. But somebody did at some point, I'm sure, but 12.2, you're not pulling that stretch here. So I'm gonna give you 3 different ways you could approach this here. The first way, 12.2 by 14.9, we do 12-foot goods. We're gonna do it 12 by 15, and we're just gonna clackety-clack, drop it right in, and true slash and dash type of installation, we're gonna add a 2x4 to this wall right here and convince our customers that they ordered that and it's their new baseboard. And if you're really confident and really good looking, you could sell them on that idea and it'll be a one piece because the room is now 12 feet. Bam, bam. Don't do that. Only guys like me could get away with that because, you know, we got all the goods. Next option you have is to switch it up. Potentially, you could get 15-foot goods. And if that's possible, you could do a 15 this way and then order a 12.9 long this way. That would be option number 2. Do a 15 by 12.9. There's a problem with this though. It's difficult to get 15-foot goods in tons of different selections. So it is possible, it's out there. They do produce 15-foot goods, but it's not in every line of carpet you pick. So with that, you are limited on your options. And then finally, there's the miserable option, but it is what it is. So let's say here, we got a 12.2 by 14.9 room. So we're gonna do a 12 by 15. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a 12 by 4 for the fill. Now, of course, you could do it in less than that, but in all reality, you want to keep your seams at 4 pieces or less. That's my rule. In all reality, I try to do 3 or 2, but 4-piece fill. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to go 4, 8, 12, 16. And you're going to have a big old chop left over, but you're also going to move the seam in about a foot because trying to seam 2 inches onto a room, that's a nightmare. It's not easy to work with. So you're actually going to cut it at about 11 feet. And then go ahead and do a 1.5 foot fill by 4 all the way down. So let's walk through this here. Let me set this up so you got a little bit going on here. So obviously we got the 12 by 15. That's what we covered right here. That's good. We got the fill we need though. I said 12 by 4. A lot of people get confused when you break this down. If you're new to this, DIY type, whatever. So we got our 12 this way, 4 this way. And when you're doing seams in the rooms, you want to keep the grain going the same. Now, we could discuss other options in different scenarios, but within the room, you want to keep it all running the same so everything's good to go. Unless it's just a slop and pop type property, you could quarter turn it, but that's for another video. So let's assume we're doing this by the books. Now, we'll go ahead. We're going to cut this down to 11 feet, so we have a little bit of wiggle room to work with here. And then we need a 1/6. So we're going to say that's 1/6 there. Then we're going to do this here. 1/6 here. Definitely not to scale. I don't want to hear about it. 1/6 here. And 1/6 here. And then we're going to take each one of these. Oh my goodness, just broke my pen. And drop them all the way down The show must go on. And then you're left over with this piece right here. You say, oh, you got a nice little walk-off mat and you're good to go. So that's how you handle these wonky situations where the room is just bigger than being able to be a drop room and not big enough to do a nice, beautiful seam. You got to go ahead and create a little more wiggle room. Get the extra piece, seam it together, you have a leftover piece that the customer paid for, and life is good. That's how you cross the bridge on these situations. So if you have any other questions about the carpet and flooring industry, you know to comment below, because I don't know how to spell and I break pens, but I will create that video for you at some point. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.